first woman in advertising to be recognized is Cari Feiler Bender. Yeah, there we go. Give her a hand clap. She is the president of Relief Communications, and Cari has proven her versatility and ability to accomplish the best within any budget, and working in advertising, we know how important that is, right? While developing and maintaining a constituency through public relations, Cari designs and executes every project. Through her work with numerous not-for-profits as staff, volunteer, and consultant, Cari has a unique perspective. Her past positions include directing public relations, marketing, and events for Millennium Philadelphia, Welcome America, Women's Way, and the Philadelphia Theater Company. So without further ado, let's give Cari another warm welcome while she tells us a little bit about herself.
I'm one of those people Anya knew. So great.
My name doesn't want to stay up.
I'm Cari Feiler Bender, and I do not like to color inside the lines. I figured you could get to know me tonight by hearing about what it takes to run your business and do it with passion. So I'm going to start with a little story. A year ago, I faced the biggest professional hurdle I have ever had in my career, giving a TEDx talk. When you give a TED talk, there's always a round red carpet on the floor, and you have to stay on the red carpet. There are all kinds of rules. If you step off to get a drink, they'll edit that out of the video, but if you mess up and you're still on the carpet, whatever you say is on the video. But let me back up a minute. I often talk about how I developed a toolbox over my career that allowed me to succeed in my career as a publicist for nonprofit organizations. I'm on the dark side over here. I do PR, not advertising. So hopefully you'll like me anyway and what I have to say. So my toolbox started, I grew up doing a lot of theater. So I learned to stand up, project my voice, have poise, and when things inevitably go wrong, as they often do, the show must go on. I was an English major across town at Penn, even though I grew up in Georgia. I came here to Philadelphia to go to Penn and learned how to analyze, write. We all have to write, right? No matter what the career. My kid who's studying computer science in college, he's still got to learn how to write, right? Grammar, all of those important things. I'm a photographer by hobby. So I know that when a reporter who is a photographer of any kind, what they want to see through the lens needs to tell a story. So I understand the fact that a visual story is just as important. And I did, for a couple of years out of college, I did event planning. So I became a fanatic about details and understood show flow. How is it going to move and keep an audience's interest? And finally, I'm a natural connector. Lynn Kremer, I'm surprised you didn't embarrass me tonight, but Lynn and I go way back. She was my childhood librarian in Savannah, Georgia, and we have connected as adults here in Philadelphia. So it's, right, isn't that crazy? But as a natural connector, I love spending time with people, developing relationships, and I have a desire to provide good customer service, which public relations, I think, is half customer service. As I often say, my favorite part about what I do is I connect the stories to the storytellers. I worked directly for nonprofits for several years out of school, and then got to help promote big citywide tourism events, as Anya said, Millennium Philadelphia, the city's celebration of July 4th. And when that ended in 2001, I decided to go out on my own and focus my public relations and communication services on the nonprofit sector, because I wanted to be passionate about what I do. No offense to those great professionals out there who do PR for banks or vacuum cleaners or whatever, but I am lucky that I get to wake up every day and be excited about what I do. And ultimately, I'm going to do a better job telling my story to a reporter and getting him or her interested if I'm excited and I can get them excited, if I care deeply about it. And I have gotten to do some amazing, wacky, and meaningful things in my career. 2,000 people dressed as Rocky, running up the Art Museum steps to bring in the new year. That was fun. This Jewish girl got to be on the stage with the Pope when he was in Philadelphia to present a mural commemorating his visit. Crazy! Once a year, I get to be alone in Franklin Square with these 2,000 giant lighted handmade sculptures with just me and a photographer for the Philadelphia Chinese Lantern Festival. And I get to work with teams of people who every day commit themselves to working with people with opioid use disorder or those with HIV getting emergency assistance, and that work is meaningful and important to me. But that TED Talk was the most difficult thing I have ever done. It wasn't about performing. I've done plenty of theater. It wasn't about picking the stories. I can tell stories till the cows come home. It was about memorizing a 14-minute speech and staying on the red carpet. I'm not so good about staying in the lines by nature. I'm innovative, I'm inquisitive. Lord knows I'm opinionated. As recently as the day before, I still didn't have that whole speech down. Then I finally got a chance to rehearse on the actual red carpet, which was way smaller than the one I rehearsed in my home basement. So this was going to be harder than I thought. Then the time came, and my teenage children were sitting in the second row, and I said to myself, I want them to see that I have climbed a mountain and made it to the top. And I delivered the final line of my speech right to them. And while I didn't step off the carpet, I did step out of my comfort zone, and it was worth it.
Wow. When I told you guys we had a great panel, I was not lying. Thank you, Cari, for kicking that off.